Okay. Thank you, Darcy. Welcome.
Well, hello, and thanks for joining me today. My name is Darcy Bellows. I'm here with you because I wrote a book. I'm a reluctant author, as they say. I didn't expect to be writing a book necessarily, but I've had a set of miracles happen to me that doesn't happen every day, and I was told that I needed to share the story, and I really felt compelled to share the story once the miracles all happened. So my book is called Finding Vern. It's about, it's my story, what happened after my beloved was killed in a car crash. That happened about 6 years ago. It was 3 months before we were about to be married. And I knew this man, his name is Vern, hence the name Finding Vern. And I knew this man 24 years. He was my twin flame, as they say, in airy fairyland, as we have someone in the audience dressed as a fairy. No, anyway, Vern died in a car crash, I said that, and right after that, I didn't know what to do with myself. Something inside of me said, you know what, if there really is an afterlife, Vern will find a way to show me. Vern was this just really charismatic man in life, so I knew if there was powers in any spiritual realm, or the soul survived, or there was such a thing as consciousness beyond the body, he would show me. So I started researching how does one connect. I had seen those mediums on TV, like John Edwards or someone like that, and as a skeptic, I was a cynical person, and still have that undertow, but I would see them go to an audience and go, oh, wow, is there a Michael on this side of the room? Of course there's a Michael on this side of the room when there's 50 people. I mean, it's the most popular name of the 1970s and 80s, right? So not a big, impressive bit of evidence. So I really disregarded mediums in the past, and so I didn't start there. I started with a book called Widowed Too Soon. Read this book, and this was like the night after he died. And she said the thing that helped her through her grief the most was a mediumship reading by this woman. And she described her experience, which was pretty phenomenal, which convinced me because it was very specific evidence to at least call this medium. What happened to her was she said the medium started describing something. She goes, oh, that's weird. I'm seeing a guy take a sheet and put it over his head and bob up and down, or his t-shirt over his head and bob up and down with his head like this. And she said, I have no idea what he's doing. And turns out that Beavis and Butthead, that cartoon in the 80s, that was something Beavis and Butthead did, and that is what her man did for her to make her laugh when she was crying. So medium didn't know who Beavis and Butthead was. So anyway, so that had me go seek out this same medium that had done her reading. And I called the medium, and I said, well, how's this stuff work? And she said, well, she said, I have a spiritual room. She goes, I'm a very strange mix myself. I'm part German and part Apache Indian. And I said, whoa, who I'm looking for is part Apache Indian. And she said, stop, don't tell me a thing. She said, if you tell me anything about you, it's going to load my mind up with things, and I'm not going to be able to receive a good connection for you. I said, well, do I have to come see you? And she said, absolutely not. She said, I get a better connection if I know nothing about you. She goes, I can't. It's hard for a person not to read you with their mind. So she goes, I'd prefer to just call you. And she was out of town, so she knew nothing about me. I knew nothing about her. So I called her the next day. And within a few minutes of the reading, she said, I see white flowers from a wedding that will never be. And of course, that made me burst out bawling because 3 months, was our wedding date. So that put me in a completely different state of mind. And this medium actually, his words flowed through her. And it was the most mind-blowing reading I had ever gotten. But, and then I went on to have several. I did, for the book's purposes, I had received 35 readings, and only 5 were real good, what I would consider legitimate connections. So from there, I had physical things happen. I always thought it was lame when people would say, oh, pennies from heaven. I'm going, pennies are all around, right? Right? I mean, Vern was a Native American, so I started seeing feathers everywhere, but I didn't talk about it because I didn't want my friends to think I was, fantasizing or whatever, but literally beyond my car, on the floor in a museum that we went to visit, with his mother, and then it grew from there. I got apports that came, and if you come by and see me, I'll tell you about the Miracle Dove story. So just pass that around, and I guess we're done, but I'd love to answer questions because I've learned a lot about the afterlife. I became a paranormal investigator. I went on ghost hunts. My friends have recorded his voice from the other side. And just thank you, and come talk to me at my booth.
Thank you.
Great.